Okay, so we are also live on all the other platforms, including Facebook
Live on the
and
other
YouTube.
platforms. Facebook and
Yeah.
YouTube.
So, okay, great. Let's hop right in. I'm going to start recording in 3, 2, 1.
Leaders and healers from around the globe, from around the universe, from around the community. Welcome to the Power, Purpose, and Passion podcast. I am your host, Anthony Cheam, speaker, author, life coach, trainer, love bug, human that just wants to make a difference in the world, whether it be one human or 1,000 or 1,000,000 humans in the world, or 1,000 sentient beings, animals alike, plants alike, people from around the globe, from around the universe. If you're listening, thank you for joining us today. And guess what? This is a podcast where we help you claim your power, clarify your purpose, and cultivate your deepest, widest, and highest passion. So ultimately, you can show up as a better version of yourself, step up, get up, and grow up, impacting the people around you, making a difference in the world, living your dreams, achieving, attaining, and experiencing fulfillment at the highest, deepest, and widest levels. So ultimately, you can ultimately inspire others to do the same, showing up as the most authentic, genuine self as humanly possible. Thank you. Cam, how you doing, my friend? He's my partner in power here on this podcast. He's the one that makes these things happen. And thank you for joining us. What's going on, my friend?
Not too much, Anthony. Very much looking forward to this episode because I also took the weekend off for the most part. I did. I always end up doing something productive. It's like my nature. I need to make some sort of progress in my life. But It was not forced progress. It was extremely chill. And I'm excited to encourage other people to take it easy because in this culture, dude, we're sleep deprived, we're stressed, we're overworking. Yeah. It's brutal. People need to slow down.
Yes, you got it, my friend.
I'm excited.
This is perfect because it is Monday. People got that movie back then, that sort of cult following movie, The Office. I think Office Space it was Office Space. And they talk about someone's got a bad case of the Mondays. So I actually look forward to Mondays, crazy as it sounds. But, they say that between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m., more people die between 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. on Monday mornings because they don't want to go to the work that they hate. And the percentage of deaths, mortality rate goes crazy up between the 6 a.m. and 9 a.m. Time on Monday. And part of that, as you said, we're overworked. We're so focused on overproduction. We on overachieving, on overproving ourselves. And guess what? The person that's listening to the most is this me. Part of the reason why I want to talk about the power of the seventh day, the power of rest, is because I'm a person that's motivated, enthusiastic, wants to progress, wants to produce, wants to design, wants to create in my physical world, my spiritual world, my business, my relationships. I want myself to expand in every direction. But the problem with that is we need to allow those times for rest and allow times to enjoy the moment. We're like a rechargeable battery that needs to return to its charging station. And if we don't do that, what we then do is tax ourselves. And I remember hearing even one audio program was talking about the seventh day. Even God took the seventh day off, right? And so that's a perfect depiction of how we should be taking that advice on Sunday to reflect, to re-examine, to give ourselves time to rest, to have fun, just be in the moment. Church, synagogue, prayer, meditation, clean house. Yeah, sure. All those things are important, but just the power of just being with your family. I mean, just even in the 21st century, it being 2018, less and less people are sitting around the dinner table at 6 p.m., 5, 6, 7 p.m. More people are just, on their iPads or their iPhone or their Samsung Galaxy, whatever it might be, and we're watching TV, we're being overstimulated. And one of the things that does is we become overly addicted to the adrenaline rush, the adrenal hit of being wanted, of producing, of achieving. Problem is we get so addicted to that, but when we finally do come down, we feel depressed and sad, and our brain goes, oh, this isn't good. You should be doing something. That's what my brain was doing yesterday. On Sunday, I decided, you know what? I was listening to my body. I felt tired. I felt a little bit exhausted on, I think, Thursday. And I was like, you know what? This is a good indication that I need to take a day or two off just to get off the grid, just be less production, more being, not doing. And I get to decide myself to give myself to sleep in on Saturday and Sunday and just to give myself that rest, have fun with my kids, play and be and enjoy the moment for as it is, just like a child does. And guess what? It was the best gift that I gave. I woke up Monday morning feeling charged, revitalized, and ready to serve and determined more than ever. And so it's that balancing factor. If you are a person that's overworked, overstressed, overexcited, overstimulated, you need, your body needs, forget about your mind and your spirit. Let's talk about the body for a second. Your body needs rest to recuperate. The 100 trillion cells that occupy your body, it needs time to rejuvenate from the overstress of our work, of the foods that we eat, the caffeine, the drugs, whatever we're doing to just overstimulate our body. The caffeine, especially a big one. And that's very, very, very important. I've learned that the hard way because I used to take like some fat burning stimulants to kind of overcharge me, to overstimulate me so I could go full tilt, full tilt, full tilt. But the problem is when I finally came down and I overtaxed my body, I literally crashed. No joke. I crashed hard. And I felt like, oh my God, I couldn't get up. No amount of sleep could recharge me. And then what do most people do in those situations? Stimulate yourself even more through exercise, more caffeine, more fat burning supplements, and until eventually, finally, you hit a wall where your body and brain say, you're not getting up anymore. You're depressed, you're sad, you're tired, you're fatigued. That's it. You're staying in bed. And I would literally take a week off where I would just recharge, or maybe even sometimes a couple of weeks. And I felt really bad about it. And I would beat myself up over it. But it was just indication that I had to listen to my body, listen to my mind, and say to myself, you know what? I need to be more more acutely aware of the signs that my body is giving me to suggest that I need a day off, or I need to take time to rest, or I need to take time just to be and not overcharge myself, overstimulate. Because we live in a culture in North America where you got to overprove ourselves, over success, over too much money, too much this, collect, put more stuff in our garage, never really feeling fulfilled, yet feeling more empty the more stuff we collect, and just being. And then the last episode we had was the power of spontaneity and just being spontaneous in the moment. And that's what those Sundays are for. Maybe those Saturdays and Sundays are for. Those those vacations are for, those week or 2 weeks away in the Bahamas or some Caribbean island, or even just going camping somewhere and being in nature. Those are some of the greatest gifts and best times I've ever had as well. So if there's one thing I would suggest about the power of the seventh day, or power of rest, or taking 1 or 2 or 3 days off, is just listen to your body. Listen to the signs that your body's giving you that says you got to take a day off, rest more, sleep in, whatever it takes. And let me tell you something. This is one of the hardest lessons I've had to learn, just because I'm overproducing, overachieving. And I need to kind of balance that with underachieving and enjoying the moment for without me actually having to do anything, just being, breathing, living, loving, and enjoying this moment as it is. What do you think there, Cam?
Well, I absolutely agree that you should just listen to your body, because most people say, nah, I can do this. I got this. No worries. And the caffeine, they're hyped up on caffeine, so they don't even know they're tired.
Yeah.
And yeah, I get it though. I really do, because I mean, if you're anything like me, you're really excited about accomplishing something or creating something. And so you forget about your body. You forget about human needs, because it's not a human thing anymore. It's like bigger than yourself. Yeah. And it's like eventually reality hits, and like you said, you will crash hard. So sometimes, and even in focus itself, there's like the Pareto technique, where you're productive for 45 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break and then get back to the 45 minutes and then another 5-minute break, which is good for me. I got a treadmill, so every now and then, like, I'll say, okay, wow, I've been sitting down for an hour and a half straight. I'm gonna walk on the treadmill just for a bit.
Exactly.
And yeah, it helps a lot. So yeah, I guess like what would just be some easy tips for people, because I know there are people out there who don't get much time off. Maybe they're working like ultra full time, overtime, who knows. And they, they got kids, they got bills, they got a bunch of, who knows?
Sure. And I get it. I'm a father with 2 children, young children, 9 and 7. They're busy with school and extracurricular activities and baseball and soccer and dance and this and that and parties. My wife works full time and I work full time, and I'm all over the place. I get it. I totally get it. And I'm always wanting to charge myself physically and always wanting to grow in every area of my life. The 8 software upgrades of our life, the physical, the mental, emotional, the spiritual, our careers, the contribution, the leisures, relationships. I'm always wanting to grow. And so one of the things I've learned was schedule your rest time like you schedule a dentist or a doctor's appointment. Because people are so schedule driven, why not use that to your advantage and schedule some rest time where you say, you know what, I'm not booking anything from, I don't know, 7 in the morning on Sunday to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I literally going to do nothing, sit, relax, play with my kids, go outside and maybe do some, just walk and just walk aimlessly, be spontaneous with no agenda, no goal in mind, and just be. So schedule it even. I mean, that's hard for people, but you know what? If you're a scheduler and you are detailed and you are agenda driven, use it to your advantage and say, I'm going to schedule some me time to be, to live, to grow in the moment without me having to do anything. And that's one of the harder things, as I said, that I've had to do, because I felt like I needed to do something in order to feel like I'm growing. But some of the greatest growth spurts came out of my meditations when I was just allowing, breathing, praying, using affirmations, singing a song, just getting on my guitar or my piano and just singing for the sake of singing without any thought of writing a song or having to play because I have to play, only because I wanted to. So those are time for relaxation too. And my wife has constantly had to remind me of that too. And I need her to remind me of that, to schedule some time, alone time, family time. Because for the people that are out there that are goal driven, you might have personal goals for your business, money goals, health goals, spiritual goals, whatever it might be. But what about family goals? Where is your family on those things? Your time with your relationships with your best friend or your mom or your dad or your husband, wife, children, whatever it might be, boyfriend, girlfriend. What about those times? What are your goals for those things? And part of the goal for that is just spending good quality time. It's not about quantity, it's about quality. And that's what that 7th day or that rest day is for, is to just be in the moment with total presence, being present to the present with total quality as opposed to quantity, and allowing yourself to be. So again, schedule some time. I would suggest, number 1, schedule some time. Number 2, make sure you schedule the time and follow through with that. Don't go, oh, I got 6 hours where I schedule free time. Maybe I could insert some stuff in between. No, whatever your time you decide to stick to, follow through with it. So schedule, follow through. And I would say this, spend some time with people that are struggling, or even share this with people that are struggling with getting rest or overstimulated or over caffeinated, right? Overproducing, and talk to them about this too, and say, hey, how you've benefited from taking time, from scheduling some me time, some relaxing time, or a 7th day, or 1 or 2 days of doing that. And maybe do it together where you're just saying, you know what, let's just hang out today and watch a movie, watch Netflix. I mean, whatever it might be. And it's some of the best times. I mean, I have to constantly fight that urge to, as you said, Cam, on the weekend, I was like, oh, my brain needs to, I have got all this other stuff I got to do. But I'm like, you know what? I literally just kind of shut that out for a moment. And I allowed myself to kind of step away and go, you know what? These next few hours, I'm just going to just allow myself to be with my son, playing with them, tickling them, whatever it is, and my daughter, and just be there. And so again, schedule it, follow through, maybe share your ideas and your insights about the benefits of doing this, because I know a lot of people out there that are listening to a podcast like this are probably overstimulated, overworked, overtired, overexhausted. So use that to your advantage. Schedule some me time, some free time, some love time for yourself, and allow your soul to kind of just breathe and heal and move, and you will live so much more enjoyably and more fulfilled. And when you finally return back, one of the tangible benefits of doing that is when you finally return on Monday, you're fully recharged. Because Monday morning today, I was like, wow, this is how it feels to be charged and alive and energetic and vital. And all because I decided to take a couple of days off Saturday and Sunday where I wasn't overstimulating myself. And I found myself enjoying the moments. Because for me personally, as I end this podcast, I tend to bite off more than I can chew. You could probably relate to that there, Cam. I'm sure the audience can relate to that tue. So on Saturday and Sunday, I decided to not bite. I decided to do the least amount as humanly possible. That way I could enjoy those moments, little things like washing the dishes, or talking with my wife and laughing with her and playing with my kids, and just watching a nice TV program and being in the moment. So that's very, very important. I encourage you to do that, because I promise you that upgrade will be huge for you in love, both in happiness and growth as well. So to your continued upgrade and evolution, live it up with power, purpose, and passion. If you love this podcast, please subscribe on iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube. It's on many different platforms. Please, if you like it, like it, comment it, share it with people. I'm here to serve you. I'm here to give you the best of what I've learned over the past 20 years being in the self-help industry, writing books and going to seminars. And I'm here to share with you the best of what I've learned and the best what I've experienced in life. So we love you. God bless you. And I wish you all the best on your endeavors and all of your goals and dreams. Thank you very much. God bless you guys.